Hello boys and girls, how are you all doing out there? Brucey here, hope you're all doing well. Thanks to your previous comments on my other videos that I have been doing about controlling the Strymon Timeline from the Boss MS3. Now I had a really good question and it was asking, how do you actually turn the looper? Can you actually turn the looper function on the Strymon Timeline on and off just using the Boss MS3? And what is the answer? Of course you can, and I'm going to show you exactly how you do it. First off, we can kind of ignore the Strymon Timeline for now. We need to head into the Boss MS3. So I'm just going to pick a random patch here, patch number 1. That doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm going to go into memory mode because obviously I need to do this inside a single patch. So I would call this my loop patch on the Boss MS3 just to make sure that it all works fine and dandy. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to mimic what happens on the Strymon Timeline. So this one is going to be set to record, this one is going to be set to play, and this one is going to be set to stop. And this one, we've got an extra one here, one of the other functions. So I might actually set this to reverse. Why the hell not? What you have to bear in mind is when you're doing this, you need a MIDI controller that can send MIDI continuous controller data or MIDI CC data. If you just have a MIDI device which only sends program change, something like the Tech 21 MIDI mouse, you aren't going to be able to do this, unfortunately. Fortunately enough, though, the Boss MS3 does this for us and we are good to go. The other thing that is really cool about this, just as an aside, is you can actually send controller data on 98 to control the looper level, which is pretty cool. Something, again, which is kind of hidden away on the Strymon Timeline. But anyway, let's get down to the basics first of all. Okay, I'm now going to assign these foot switches. So I go into my edit menu, I scroll all the way across to control. You may have seen this on my other videos. This is where all the magic happens on the Boss MS3. And I'm going to use these assigns. So first of all, I'm going to set assign 1. And I need to go to the first page. So I'm on page 1. I need to turn it on, obviously. I'm then going to set this to foot switch number 1. The beauty of the MS3 is my source could be anything. I could set it to the current num function, see videos that I've done before on current num. The controller, you could actually have an external controller on the Boss MS3 and add a foot switch where you could just use it for controlling the Strymon Timeline. Anyway, I'm going to use num1 or foot switch number 1, as I have said. The mode I want is toggle. I need to switch it on and off. That's what toggle means. We switch on and off. So I've set number 1 to toggle, we're switching on and off. Move to the next page. This is the all-important thing, the FX category. Now with the FX category, can you see that okay? Let me zoom in a little bit. With the FX category, I need to set this to MIDI. Now MIDI is there, it's just right at the end of this very, very long menu. There is MIDI. We have found MIDI, we are good to go. We need to set this to MIDI channel 1. I've done another video on this, but we need to be talking to each other on the same MIDI channel. By default, this is going to be channel 1 and we are good to go. Then we set up the magic continuous controller number, and record just so happens to be set on 87. Now this is in your manual, but I've put a list here on the screen for your viewing pleasure. So I'll set this to 87, and I have set now, we set these to 0 and 127. You can leave those as they are. So that is button 1 set up. We are good to go. Happy days. Now I'm just going to whittle through and show you how I set all of these up, because I don't want to just set one up because I need to be able to stop it. So that's the all important feature here, because I don't want to record a loop and then not be able to do anything with it. So all I do is, again, is go to assign number 2, enter. This time we're setting this, we set it to on. This needs to be number 2 because we're using foot switch 2. Toggle mode is already set. Again, we scroll all the way to the end. Happy days. Channel 1, and now the play button is going to be controller 86. So I set this to 86 and we are good to go there. Happy days. Exit out of there, go to assign number 3, and this is the all important stop button. So I enter there, turn it on. You know the drill now. Put this to number 3, that's set to there. Happy days. MIDI. You get quite fast at this once you've done it a few times. Enter channel 1. Now, to stop is going to be 85. Of course, you could put these in any order you want. If you wanted to have stop here and play there and whatever, you can change the order. It doesn't matter as long as these numbers match up with the function that you want to use. So I've got that set to 85. There we go. That is it. So if I now exit out of here, my assigns are good to go. I'm just going to write that patch. Try and write that patch. Enter. So this patch is now written. Let's head over to the timeline and see what's going on. So there I have my delay on the Strymon timeline. That's all I really have going at the moment. And I want to record a loop. So bear with me because I'm going to do this with my hand whilst trying to play guitar. But what I have here is, see, I have the record set up to 1. So as soon as I press 1, and now I'm going to hit play. I have my loop going. Good, see, that's 1 hand. And then if I want to stop it, press stop. And we hit play again. There we have it, my friends. Let's over that side. And let's stop. There we go. Controlling the Strymon Timeline looper from an external MIDI device. Hope you found that useful. If you did, please do hit the like button below. Please do subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. If you've got any more questions, I am more than happy to answer them for you. All it's left for me to say is take care, my friends. I've been Brucey, and I will catch you later. That's my thumbs up.